Listeners, Rod, I just wanted to inform you of some of the other wonderful benefits of climate change that are coming in our near future. So some researchers have been doing some work in Patagonia, modelling the glaciers and the big ice sheet that you've got down in Patagonia. And what they've done, they've looked at the last big ice age and when they all melted previously. That was about 18,000 years ago. And it turns out that the ice sheet, huge as it was sort of squishing the Earth down and holding down, this is a metaphor here, holding down some volcanoes. So basically their theory is that as these ice sheets melt, you're going to suddenly uncork is the term that you might think about for these volcanoes that that sit under Patagonia. Now, Patagonia is just one of the big ice sheets. They say, look, there are other places, North America, Canada, New Zealand, maybe, a lot of Russia, and Antarctica, where there are at least 100 hidden volcanoes sitting under the ice. No. And the cool thing there is once you uncork them, they bring back more feedback loops where more volcanoes, more climate change. It's time for a little bit of science. I'm Will Grant, Associate Professor of Science Communication at the Australian National University. I'm Rod Lamberts, a 30-year science communication veteran with the mind of a 15-year-old boy and the heart of a very sad human after that. Thank you. I thought you were sad for Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm very sad for Ozzy Osbourne. We're recording this not very many hours after the Prince of Mayhem and Darkness himself toddled off at 76.
Today, what are you going to do? You want to laugh at the past.
I'm going to laugh at the past.
I've got a did you know there's a Wikipedia page for that?
Oh, I'm going to do a little bit of tech disruption, same manure, different trowel. And I'm going to do a brief mention or a hat tip to e-commerce because what's more exciting than e-commerce? Nothing. So, late 1590s through to about 1610-ish, Doctor and his protege produced one of the largest surviving sets of medical records in history, as in they survive now.
Okay.
Huge amounts of documentation.
Like patient records?
Yeah. Oh. Observations and biographies and stuff. The main man was a fellow called Simon Foreman. You know the guy. Huh? Went on to open a chain of hardware stores across the...
No, he didn't.
No,
you tell the factual bit.
Oh, the factual bit. He was an astrologer and a self-taught doctor.
They are famously not quite the good ones.
My understanding was he's quite a well-qualified astrologer.
Look... Yeah, well, you can be self-taught there. Look, I don't mind self-taught, fitter and turner.
Tyler,
woodworking, get a musical instrument.
Jugler.
I just think self-taught doctor.
Well, in the 1590s, 1610s,
yeah,
I mean, there was a college of physicians. So he turned to medicine after he claimed to have cured himself of the plague in 1592.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so he's like, I did that. The College of Physicians in London said... Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't, mate. Mm-hmm. No, did he offer a method that he cured himself of the plague?
Well, it's proprietary, man.
Well, not everyone that got the plague died, so...
No. I know, and people forget that.
People forget that. People catastrophize the plague. They're like...
Whiners. Little whingers. The plague, it didn't kill everybody. So he said this to the College of Physicians and said, can I join? And they said, no. So he said, feck y'all. Official quote, written in oldie English with too many wires. He established an astrological practice and he used the stars to diagnose and cure everything from diseases to hauntings, because he cured hauntings.
I like that.
I do too. It's like, I'm haunted.
Doc, I've got a haunting.
Yeah, here, take this pill and let me bleed you from the between the toes using this paper
12
cut.
leeches in your eyes, that'll get rid of the haunting.
Yep.
You got to suck out the ghost.
So his protege was also a fellow. He was a country erector.
What?
So priestly chap, Richard Napier. So Foreman really liked writing things down. I mentioned there's a large body of work. So he recorded a lot of his life in autobiographies, which is good for him, which included apparently eyewitness accounts of him seeing some of Shakespeare's plays. So that's kind of cool.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine coming home and saw this thing, Taming of the Shrodge, didn't quite understand it. Yeah, he didn't listen well. He was drunkard.
Yeah.
But more fun, he and Napier used to co-write super detailed case notes, and they got to about 80,000 patients, and they wrote it down. 66 volumes. I think they were clothed in calf skin. So, you really want meat covering your books. It's really good for that. And apparently they contain, quote, thousands of pages of cryptic scrawl full of astral symbols, recipes for strange elixirs, details from the lives of lords and cooks' maids suffering with everything from dog bites to broken hearts. So that's cool. Shitloads of stuff. Shitloads.
Yep.
But according to a professor of history, philosophy of science, Lauren Cassell, says Napier produced the bulk of preserved cases, but his penmanship was atrocious and his records were super messy.
Seriously, hey, could you imagine 300 years in the future, you're getting your penmanship critiqued?
I know.
I'm sorry.
You call this Quill's personship?
I wrote down 80,000 records for you, and you're like, I'm sorry, they're not very neat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the smooges and stuff. So Foreman's writing is strangely archaic, she says. Like he'd read too many medieval manuscripts. I'm like, it's in the 1500s. Give him a break.
What are you going to do?
And she goes on to say these are notes only intended to be understood by their authors. And again, fair enough, they're medical records.
Well, like old mate Da Vinci.
Yeah.
He'd write his backwards mirror writing so people couldn't read stuff.
Yeah, because there were no mirrors then. So this is why it took the researchers at Cambridge, by 2019 this report came out, it took them 10 years to trawl through all the books, transcribe them, edit them, and digitize them. And they're available right now. You can go and look at them. I'm going to give a web address because people who listen to this program...
In podcast form.
I know. Are you
Aren't
ready?
you just going to put it in the show notes?
No. Casebooks.lib.cam.ac.uk. Did you catch that? Good.
It's in the show notes.
It's in the show notes. But they're there. I had a little look and there's a lot and it's fun. So Cassell, the professor, she says she hopes this will, quote, open a wormhole into the grubby and enigmatic world of 17th century medicine, magic, and the occult for the browsing public. And there is a huge demand, obviously, for the grubby and enigmatic world of such things. And it did open that wormhole. So what that means is we can talk about some of the fun treatments and case studies that were in there. So there was one, John Willingson, whose hair was lost to the, quote, French disease. Now, what do you reckon that is? It's got to be venereal in some way.
It's got to be. I'm sorry, France. Or smoking too many cigarettes.
Or gout.
It's like you've got
Rich
a camel.
foods.
Rich food. Yeah, okay.
The Gauloise and the creme and foie gras.
No, the French disease, like the French letter. It's a fucking disease.
It's to do with matters of the pants.
Do you know what the French disease is?
No, I don't.
So you're not going to confirm?
It's the French disease. And the reason John Willingson was there is because he was being treated for a thrust with a rapier in his privy parts.
Well, yeah.
So stabbed in the dick with a sword, then went, by the way, you've got syphilis.
No, I think general area. Like it could be at the butt. The privy parts includes butt.
Does it?
Yeah. Anything that you got to go to the privy for, either number ones or number twos, includes the privy parts. Like it is not necessarily in the dick.
I'm thinking ding dong. Why would you stab someone in the butt when you can stab them down the eye?
No, you don't always get a choice about where you get to stab someone. With your rapier.
Rapier too. That's very accurate.
It's straight down Main Street.
Exactly. Whoop, didn't even touch the sides. Congratulations.
In
By
and
the
out
way,
with
you
nothing.
now got syphilis because I infected the sword.
Oh, it's like a bad circus. Like some sort of, oh, Jesus.
I'd go and see that. That's damn impressive.
I would not.
We need a volunteer. Stand very, very still. Are you ready? Wha-ting! Joan Broadbock thought her children to be rats and mice. She was just convinced that...
Children are rats and mice.
But she meant literally.
Oh, okay.
Edward Cleaver, who was recorded as having ill thoughts such as, I love the spelling of this, kiss mine ass.
Kiss mine ass. Is that... That's not a thought. That's an expression.
Ill thoughts. Well, it wasn't then. Maybe he started it.
I do like kiss mine ass, though.
Yeah, mine ass. It's grammatically appropriate for the time. And apparently the physicians note this probably down to witchcraft by a neighbour who has been suckling her puppy a 12-month since. So there's a witch neighbour who
suckles her puppy.
Breastfeeds
dogs. I think we're burying the lead here. Like there's a lady that's breastfeeding her dogs. Like that's...
Yeah, but she didn't come in to complain about it. It's just a hobby. You don't go to the doctor. I'm suffering from a hobby. I really like trains. It's not a reason to go to the doctor.
Yeah, fair enough.
John Savage of Northley apparently was devilish-minded. Sorry, not John, Joan. Much whipping, bedlam, whipping and cruel dealing made her senseless and worse than before, said the notes. Mad since Whitsuntide, which is, I don't know, period.
Sorry, I lost the thread on all of that.
So she's basically crazy as shit.
Okay.
Whipping her and stuff didn't help.
Well...
She'd be mad for quite... I know, I'm amazed too. How did that not help? But we whipped her and everything. She still seems crazy. This fucking idiot. Would you get sane?
People hang shit on Freud, and it's like
They do.
He's not in the whipping people to sanity sort of world.
Oh, he didn't live long enough to explore all his ideas. Apparently, she'd been mad since Whitsuntide, which I think is festival or something.
No, that's the famous way of marking the days of the week back then.
Whitsuntide.
Yeah, this is Whitsuntide.
Oh, yeah, it's hump day.
It's like the Ides of March. It's the Whitsuntides of
the Ides of March can come around every
Tuesday.
week. But apparently ever since she's been tied with chains and is ravenous of meat. So whipping didn't work, so chain her up and give her meat.
Great.
Yeah, I know.
So that was a remedy. Okay.
It was a remedy for her craziness. They would also sell counterspells.
Yeah,
because, harmful or suicidal thoughts because they were probably caused by witchcraft or demonic possession. You know how it is. We all been there. Most popular treatments. Purges, so puke stuff. Fortifying brews. God knows what's in them, but probably a lot.
What are we fortifying here?
Does
it make you
soul,
stronger?
the spirit, exactly, and the gesture you're making.
If you need to, it's
turgidity.
Like Popeye's spinach, you got to lift a train or something like that.
Yes, you got to lift a
fortifying
train.
brew.
Yeah, fortifying brew. So probably full of horrible things. Bloodletting, obviously.
Yeah, well.
The touch of a dead man's hand.
Oh, that's a cool treatment. I would be loving that. I go in there for whatever I got. My teeth are hurting, or I got some blisters
I've got the sniffles,
and there's like a stored dead man to.
Well, remember we're going to go on an outing.
And do you soup it up? Like when you go, okay, the dead man didn't work, so we soup it up and it's a dead child. Do you,
yes,
you go,
yes.
Okay, this is really super creepy. Let's get the
yes, and not just their hand.
No, come on, man.
Could be their arm. My favourite is pigeon slippers.
Slippers for pigeons?
Flip that around. It is literally what it sounds like.
Well, of course. One often looks at a pigeon and says, I would like to put my foot inside that and keep it warm.
Basically, it's a pigeon slit and applied to the sole of each foot. So you literally cut a pigeon open, wear it as slippers, and suddenly your hemorrhoids are gone or
What's
something.
your theory on that? What's your theory is going to work here, apart from, if you've got blisters on your feet, or, your feet have been burnt or something like that, maybe so.
Murder an animal horrifically and wear it as clothes is not my go-to.
They were available.
I was thinking that too. Like, there are a lot of pigeons in England for a long, long time. They did like to eat them. So maybe you wouldn't want to eat them after they've been slippers. Anyway, Napier, the protege, continued the practice for a while, and he liked to also, he made it his own because he used to get second opinions from angels.
Well, I do too.
Being a rector. So he would get things like, one occasion he was trying to help a patient out, and he was told after having a chat with a spirit, he will die shortly. He said, thanks.
If your doctors, of course it happens.
Yeah, and another one, I should not meddle with him, so don't get treatment, because he was advised by the Archangel Michael to don't get involved in this particular curative. Yeah. So anyway, look, this is a great story about the jaw-droppingly crazy things humans did in the past, which I really enjoy, obviously, and always have, but also the effort that the Cambridge people went through for over a decade to transcribe and digitize this, huge tip of the hat for that, because thank you for giving us 15 minutes of fun.
All right, well, I got a little bit of old-timey for you, but it came to me a little weirdly. So this is my, did you know there's a Wikipedia page for that? And
I've got to say, without even knowing what the topic is, my first response would be, of course there is.
Yes, of course there is. Of course there is.
Yeah.
So a few weeks ago, you and I were discussing the virulence, the power, the stickiness of a dog fart.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. It moves with a viscosity more like honey than your typical vapors. And, you could be sitting...
I'm thinking more like a fracked shale coal extract. Honey makes it sound too nice.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But
yes.
You could be sitting on a couch with another person. The dog farts literally centimetres away from you, and you can't smell anything. But you're inside the cloud of death.
And then an hour later, the person on the other end goes, "What the fuck was that?" And you're like, "The dog farting yesterday."
Crawls over like an evil caterpillar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought, you know what? I'm sick of this. The dog farted again recently, and I'm like, okay,
that's twice this year.
I want science to answer this question for me.
Yeah.
So I went out there and thought, what can I find on first, dog farts? And I thought, no, you've got to change that to flatulence.
I hope you use someone else's computer, because what if you're associated?
Safe search, man. On or off? No, you use the browser mode. What's the browser? The hidden browser. Private browser.
Private, sneaky,
Private
no one
browser.
knows
Yeah,
mode. Yep.
Yeah. I couldn't find anything literally on this. The best I could
Serious?
find. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. There's a huge gap in the market. Honours project for someone in some field, but I don't know. The best that I could find was a New Zealand paper from 1998.
Kiwis!
Wait, called Flatulence in Pet Dogs. They asked 110 dog owners if their dogs farted. 47 of them said yes.
And the others were liars.
Yeah, I'm weirded out by that.
All dogs fart.
It occurred more often in less active inside dogs than those that exercise more often, which suggests to me they're just farting outside. So,
It was observed more often, not occurred more often. Yeah.
No individual food or dietary association was identified. 19 of the 47 flatulent dog owners would alter their dog's diet if the change would reduce flatulence. But their conclusion of the study, and literally it says in the conclusion, flatulence occurs in pet dogs.
Well done.
Thank you. That was published. So, look, the other bit was most owners accept flatulence and are unconcerned about its consequences. Like, fine,
Well,
you
those are
published
two
that.
conclusions I really needed.
Like, you published that, that's great. But, so as I was wondering, one of the other things that came up, I'm not sure if I can call it a study, but it's a collection of scientists gathering information, was...
Isn't that what a collection of scientists is called? The study of scientists?
Yeah, maybe. Was a great database that's great fun to look at. It's not huge, called #DoesItFart, which was from...
Stop, we have to pause. I have to read all of it.
From 2017. Well, I'll give you some highlights.
Thank you.
But it started as a joke on Twitter, and people are like, oh, that's actually worth collecting as biologists.
Yeah.
Does that animal fart? Do you want to have a guess which animals do and don't?
Ooh, which animals don't is more tricky. I'm going to go leeches don't fart.
Leeches... Probably not.
So let's
I don't
say
have
invertebrates more broadly.
Yeah, invertebrates low on the farting.
Okay.
Not the only ones. So generally.
Archaeopterygia propterus.
Wait, no.
Mosquitoes.
I don't have mosquitoes. Generally, mammals are definitely reptiles. Reptiles are farters.
Hell yeah.
Birds are no. Birds are non-farters.
Well, that hole's doing a lot of work on its own already. Like some
know.
multifunction.
It can't be a triaca. Like worms, clams, and crabs. No, unsurprising now. Like I think of crab farting.
Clam fart. Run in horror. Like seriously, that's apocalyptic. A clam farting would just be the end of the universe.
So this database has a great list of descriptions of animals farting.
We're calling it a database, are we?
Okay.
Collection of anecdotes around drunken
Yes, that's
scientists.
true. No, collection. Yes, definitely collection of anecdotes around drunken scientists. So I'm not going to read them all. I just liked a few of them. So rhinos sounds wet.
Yeah, and also probably like 14 tubers in an echo chamber. Come on.
Giraffes noted for the fact that they fart at the face height of a man. Or I guess
it doesn't take science for that.
Say, doesn't take so.
So what that was under the title of the paper, How High is a Giraffe's Date?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Like, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they measure it. Spiders.
No.
No. Wait. Broadly assumed to be yes, but never really proven. So there is a research of spider fart.
Fuck, you got to listen hard.
Spider fart. How are we detecting that? Snakes were the one that got me. So some snakes appear no, but the Burmese python, often silent but deadly, thick and meaty.
Ooh.
If it were a colour, it would be brownish yellow.
Python fart.
Python fart.
That's a punk band.
I don't know. It's a kids punk band.
Didn't say it was a good one.
It's
You need to start.
herring. Here's two more. So herring.
That's up there with clam. You don't want a herring fart.
Well, entire bays are filled with their farts. Apparently, you get a giant school of herring, and you can get wafts of.
It's just one colossal gas bubble of.
Yeah. But also apparently used for communication. I don't have any more data on that.
Among each other, or basically go away. Leave us alone. We're here.
I have no idea what it's used for. This database did not
herring studies
did not answer all the questions. But the last one, termites.
Termites
Termites fart a lot. and maybe a significant contributor to climate change.
Look, also, I'm going to say, if a termite farts, they probably use it in building products because basically there's nothing they do with their bodies that they can't turn into something
they are an industrious
structural.
Well, they're also a deconstructionist.
Yeah, but they use deconstruction to construct.
That's true.
So they probably fart as a curative for the inside of their hives.
So that database is out there, does it fart? And obviously, we still need to know how bad they all are and why they're bad. Probably diet would be a big part of this. But the interesting thing, when I was reading this, there was a bunch of articles on the Does It Fart database, which was turned into a book a few years ago. And the articles were saying, here's the announcement of the book.
Yeah.
And then there was this picture of this, it's like you were laughing at old people, old-timey people.
No, I wasn't laughing at old people.
Yeah, old-timey people.
I'm turning into one. I can't laugh at us anymore.
We all are people in the past.
Yeah.
And there was this great picture of, I think it's a 17th century engraving of someone looking rather happy while he uses his microscope to look at a picture of a monkey fart.
Looks like a baboon's date over a Bunsen burner by the looks of things, which isn't safe.
Yeah, and so he's looking rather quite joyful at the idea of looking at this monkey farting.
But that of the era, that face is between joyful and sinister, as many pictures were then.
No, definitely. He's right on the bit between is that sexual or is he just enjoying it?
Or the fact that he's seen it farting makes him think, now I think this beast could be delicious. Like, it's definitely sinister.
The thing that happened then in my weird journey this afternoon was that I was like, where's that from? Like, why is someone spending... This is an engraving. It takes a long time to do an engraving. You got to...
That's true. Someone going,
Someone said, I want to...
This is the moment I want to capture. It's going to take me a month to do it.
I want to capture the guy staring at the monkey farting and having a good time. And I did a Google reverse image search for that image.
Yeah.
I wanted to find out a little bit more about it. So it's 17th century engraving.
Yeah.
It's got a poem under it of some sort that doesn't make
Surely
any
a
sense.
limerick.
But it turned up on this page on Wikipedia called Category, Flatulence of Humans in Art.
No.
So there's a page on Wikipedia, and this is where I got to. And this
Fart art.
Fart art. So it's a Wikipedia listing of all sorts of different paintings, etchings, drawings. There was one or two sculptures, but it's hard to capture in sculpture mode.
Well, it's very light. I mean, marble is notoriously difficult to work with. And if you're going to do something as delicate as a fart.
There's definitely art of a semi-religious bent. There's a bunch of Japanese art, there's a bunch of European art. I don't have a broad categorization, and this may be just reflective of the art that's preserved. So there's, say, 16th century, 17th century, 18th century Japanese art and European art from the same sort of era. And that might just be other people are doing it, we just didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of farting on devils and things like that, in the European art.
Surely that's like food to them. Like you're a demon.
No.
Would you like a nice cake? Should I fart on you?
There was a good one where two women were farting the devil away.
Is that what it was really about?
I think that was a little bit later. That looked like 1920s or something like that. There's a lot of the Japanese art is sort of farting at demons and swamp monsters and things like that, all farting on each other. There's a guy here, he can fart through the screen. He's blown a hole in the screen.
That actually also looks like the two-slit experiment in physics to prove whether light is a particle or a wave, but he's doing it with his butt.
I did like this guy. So this, you remember Goya's, what are they called? The depression, the one where he's totally depressed and he painted on the walls of the house. It's got Saturn eating his child and beautiful paintings. But this one's got like a demon-y guy holding up a baby to fart at the light or something like that. So he's like projectile farting. Then there's a lot of satirical, political cartoon and stuff like that, where farts go all over the place. So
there's a wiki page for
there's a Wikipedia page for that. It made me happy, and you listener, you can enjoy a little bit of fart art too. And let's see what else we can get out there.
We've raised the bar. So, tech disruptions. I mean, we're in the middle of another one, it would appear, because of AI. And for once, this is the first episode in a long time. We're not talking about AI, are we? We don't have a specific AI story?
Well, no, I don't.
This isn't about it either.
Well, there you go. 0.
Time magazine, December 1932.
1932, they're about to name Hitler Person of the Year.
Yeah, again. Is there a note?
Yeah, no, it's a nice first spam comment on Twitch. We've made it.
So yeah, Time magazine, December 32. A new ism has emerged in New York. Its name, Technocracy.
Oh, ooh.
I know. Its proponents style themselves as technocrats. Their goal. So technocracy, right? This is not a new term to us anymore, but this is 100 years ago, or close enough. These folks, let's be honest, boys, men, may have kicked it off. Their goal was the US should be run by engineers and technical experts. So basically, there was, quoting Time against, a startling array of statements about technological unemployment, mankind's machines destroying mankind's chance to earn a living, and particularly about being under the present price system, the way we value things.
The present price system?
The way we value things. Money.
I want to live under the future price system.
Exactly. Well,
the past price system.
Compared to them, we do.
I like the past price system. That sounds good. I want to pay like Jane Austen. I'll pay £15 for a house.
Not like a servant and some kind of bow on your hat.
Well, that too. But
yes. But this is what they were talking about. So the core ideology was a rejection of the price system underlying the global economy. So the bottom line was they didn't like money as a medium of exchange.
I'm happy with that. I wouldn't have thought technocrats were doing that. I thought the people rejecting money are a bit more hippie than technocrat.
Boy, are these guys not hippies.
And they're rejecting money?
Well, they reject money as a way to value goods and services, etc.
How else do we qualitatively value them?
No.
You're going to tell me this. You're going to tell me.
I am going to tell you. Yeah. And look, they said, before we get to the hows of it, they'd said the Depression, the Great Depression of the time, so the 1929 America, was an exhibit A basically for them to say, look, money's fucked.
Shit went wrong.
Money's fucked. It's arbitrary and garbage. And they predicted the whole system would collapse no later than 1940.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Spoiler alert for you listening in the past. It didn't.
Spoiler alert, it did.
Didn't go well.
Spoiler alert, if you remember the history of the early 1940s.
It continued.
Shit got pretty bad.
Didn't continue well, but it continued.
Shit got pretty bad.
But we didn't get rid of money.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No. Neither Hitler nor Stalin nor Roosevelt nor Churchill said, let's get rid of money. Oh, maybe Stalin might have done it.
I'm not saying World War II was good. I just want to go on record. I'm not saying it was good.
Well, good. Finally,
but it didn't.
We can make that a little bit of science. That's our first political stance.
Oh, that's it. That's our new slugline.
World War II.
World War II.
Not good.
So they had their headquarters. They had a headquarters at Columbia University.
Okay.
They employed 36-ish, 3 dozen.
Did they pay them?
This is a good question.
In money?
Well, we're going to talk about how they want to pay people. They employed, I love it, unemployed engineers, architects, and draftsmen to conduct an energy survey of North America. So energy is the magic here.
Oh, I'm with them. I'm with them.
I thought you'd like this.
I'm with them. Now you're talking my dickety language.
I thought I could get you in.
Yeah.
So they did this audit, and they presented some stats like this. This is again still from the Time magazine article. The total capacity of the US industrial equipment is 1 billion horsepower.
I thought you were going to ask me, and I could guess.
What do you think it is?
Look, it's north of 999 million horsepower.
Freakishly, you've done it again. This does the work of 10 billion men, or 5 times the Earth's total population. So they're pretty impressed with that.
Okay, cool.
On the basis of 1830 methods, so 100 years ago for them, 6 million men would have been needed to cultivate the soil for the 1929 US wheat crop. With the best existent equipment today, so 100 years later, or for us nearly 100 years ago, 4,000 men could have done the whole thing.
Okay.
So they're saying shit got better technologically.
Yeah, you get technology, you get tractors and shit like that, and you can farm more.
My favourite one is if every structure on Manhattan Island were destroyed,
yes, and
the entire community rebuilt with the latest inventions, the reconstruction would pay for itself in 20 years.
Based on what?
No other detail.
Just generally.
It just bloody would.
Just generally it would. I don't understand.
No. You can't.
If you make all these people officeless and homeless, then...
Beyond that, you destroy...
They'd be richer in 20 years.
Destroy everything. Destroy the entire community. Everything.
Get it back to rubble.
Yep.
It'd pay for itself.
Yeah, but if you rebuild it with the latest inventions of 1932-ish... It would pay for itself in 20 years. Let's not get into details. Look at you with your wanting to know. I do love that mindset, of that era. It's just like, well, if we just wiped out this group of things, then, it'd obviously be cheaper. Yeah, we replace it with the stuff we got now, which is really good. And the good things will make those things better. Not that that's ever happened recently. So the guy who drove this was a guy called Howard Scott. You know Howard Scott. He starred in Happy Days.
No, he didn't.
No. He was born in 1890. He claims to have been educated in Europe, but his training didn't have he doesn't claim this, but his training had no formal higher education. His early life was allegedly a mystery.
School of the streets in Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As it says, his early life, a number of sources say it was a mystery. It's not really clear. So until he emerged in the present, late 20s, early 30s, as a techno-economist, he was accepted as an entertaining drifter who lived in the village Squalor, so Greenwich Village in New York. So he lived like shit in a small part of New York. For some time he conducted, quote, a small business called Durand Chemical Company, which made paint and floor polish. And basically he would go around and try and tell his customers how to use the floor polishing materials.
Sure.
Which is fair enough. He's a sales guy.
That's obviously where you go to then reorganise all of society.
The whole of society. And apparently, according to Time, he disliked that, so he let the business go to pot. So apparently editors and tycoons particularly were of issue here. They really took him on board in the early 1930s. They were like, this guy's awesome. The stuff he started to say was amazing because he had the vocabulary of many sciences, technical and social, at his command. So he could talk pretty. He threw himself about with an air of scientific impersonality and profundity. Technocracy was an idea. He was its intelligence. His person and personality did not matter. Listen and understand if you can, but do not interrupt or pry into Howard Scott, says Time magazine.
Okay. Do not pry into.
Look not ye into my past.
Just take the results. Don't look at the method.
Results. Take the assertions.
Take the conclusions. No logic here.
Yeah, stay the fuck away. He also sounded quite Trumpian. So, very Trump-like. So there's a story in Time again. They say, as evidence that the man has been a known Manhattan's Greenwich Village sardonic bombaster for 10 years. So he's
bombaster.
It's a great word, isn't it? So apparently, this is a quote from him. At Notre Dame, the coach had a grudge against me, Notre Dame University. Kept me on the bench playing football. Well, at the most important game.
I love any time when someone has a grudge against them and they kept me on the bench.
People are mean to me.
Maybe you were just not as good as the other people.
The reason I wasn't there was because people were nasty, not because I was garbage.
It's your self-perceptions, man.
Tad. A tad. So he says, well, at the most important game of the year, during the last quarter, with exactly 1 minute to play, we were losing.
Oh, and whereas he could come on and save the day.
How could you possibly have picked that?
Oh, did he come on and save the day?
The coach was tearing his hair.
Ah, yeah.
He finally turned to me, says Howard, and he says, go on, get in there.
I want to just pause because I know the result of this story is going to be glorious.
How the fuck could you know
Is it true?
No. Spoiler. No. I rushed into the game, carried the ball for 10 rushes, 80 yards down the field and made a touchdown that won the game.
And a hole-in-one at the same time.
Yes,
Weirdly,
a hole-in-one.
I was carrying a golf cord stick and I did a
10.1 routine on the parallel bars.
And I killed Jaws.
I killed Jaws with my legs. With the stands in an uproar, the coach rushed over to me and said, my God, who are you? Where did you learn to play such football? I looked at him, peeled off my sweater, and showed him all the decorations and medals pinned on my chest that I had won playing football in England, Turkey, and Germany. He was famously American football folk.
Yeah, but no doubt in Turkey they love him. But hang on, he was wearing his medals underneath.
Of course he was.
Like, what a smart thing to do. If you're playing a high contact sport, let's wear the medals.
I want spiky shit. Stuff that's definitely going to slash an artery if I get touched.
I love when you get carried away in your story, your
just
bullshit story.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm so loving this. I'm loving it.
Then I pulled the barbecue off my back. I cooked them all dinner. It was fantastic. Yeah, he didn't appear to have gone to any uni. Betty at Notre Dame. That's the least controversial part of that story. Notre Dame. But this is all backdrop. So we're talking about the first technocrats and their goals, their claims, their practices. Let's get into that because why wouldn't we? First, get rid of money, as we mentioned.
And we just get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
I think the trick of getting rid of money is, I know money is a social construct.
What? Stop.
Yeah. Anyway.
Give people a moment to process.
What is your magic for getting rid of money?
Well, energy.
We swap it for coal. Like $1 one coal.
And if you can eat it, it's worth twice as much. Basically, he wanted goods, or he wanted goods and services to be value based on
this is the
energy inputs required to produce them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How much energy goes into producing them.
We should do that.
Yeah, it's not completely insane in theory. So basically, that would necessitate the abandonment of democracy and the embrace of technology.
What? No, wait, I didn't know we needed to abandon democracy.
Oh, we're going to get to that. Citizens wouldn't be paid in dollars, but energy units tied to how much energy they used.
But that's the thing in science fiction as well. Like there's societies where you could be paid in. I mean, well, clearly we are paid. Money is a proxy here, but often we might be paid in food. Like would be the thing that's energy.
It's all storers of value. I mean, I think that's what the anthropologists used to call it.
But energy is the only thing that matters in the end. Like,
whoa, what about love, man?
Yeah, well, that's different too. Yeah, that's.
I want to get paid in love.
Well,
and really good beer.
But that's energy. And love.
So you walk into a bar or a shop and you say, I'd like a new cane, some spats and a cigar, and they say that'll be 7 watts.
Yeah.
And you say, sure, I'll hand over my watt box.
Well, it's like in Transformers where they had the energy cubes. You just carry some energy cubes.
Yeah, my Tesseract is here. Everyone has a Tesseract. But of course, as has been flagged, this would mean you have to change the political systems, obviously. So they wanted to create a Technate.
Yeah.
Which would consist of a union of the nations of North America, Central America, the Caribbean, Northeastern Pacific, and along with the northern tier of South America. So this big blob. The rationale was that the natural resources and the natural boundaries of this region would make it independent and a self-sustaining geographical unit.
Independent from?
From anything. And so you replace democracy. So you have government by an unelected, technically skilled, empirically driven elite.
Yep.
Who have the expertise to determine values and make rational resource allocation decisions, because rationality is how humans work.
Yep.
They, of course, had a uniform and they had some traditions.
They had a uniform? They went straight to uniform.
Oh, fuck yeah, they did.
Can I guess?
Hey, go on.
All right. It's a white boiler suit with medals on it. Like it's got, it's utilitarian, but medals.
Well, they definitely wear the logo on the lapel of their double-breasted grey shirt, grey suit, and blue tie. Oh. That's the logo is basically a yin-yang, but just green and white without the little dots in it.
But it's a yin-yang.
It really is. So they would, wear these double-breasted grey suits, grey shirts, blue ties. They'd wear the Technocracy logo on their lapel, much like people now in America wear Trump's profile or the flag. They drive grey cars.
Why do people got to make themselves sad? I mean, grey's cool.
Grey can be delicious. But
top 30 colours, definitely.
If not 40. Also, some of them, if they're really hardcore, they would change their names to reflect their roles in the system.
Oh, yes.
And they would change their names to numeric values, things like 1-7, blah 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 blah.
Did they actually change their name to
allegedly?
Numbers?
Yeah. The keen ones.
Were there actually people that did this?
It would appear so.
I
don't know if it was 10 or 1,000.
What would you choose as your number to be your number?
69, dude.
I'll be Corporal 17, please.
Exactly. So he did a radio event, 1933. He gave a speech about technocracy at a hotel in New York before a live audience of about 400 people, and it was broadcast. Apparently it was muddled, jargon heavy. It was termed by the press later on as a grave mistake, disastrous, and a complete failure.
Look, a grave mistake. I think you can only make mistakes when you have somewhere to fall to. I don't feel like he has somewhere to fall to.
Well, I think by this time he was doing pretty well. And, the tycoons and editors were very keen
He did
on
make
him.
Time magazine, so
He
fair
did
enough.
make Time magazine. And when I was because I like to play with this, I whacked a few things into ChatGPT, and one point he came up with was, he confused and bored listeners so deeply that newspapers the next day accused him of being high. I tried to verify it but couldn't, so that could have been a hallucination, but God, I wish it was true. So anyway, where are they now? Where are these technocrats now? Apparently, for starters, basically their geopolitical view was both expansionist and isolationist, and that's a little tricky to reconcile. Like, I too would like to do these contradictory things. I'd like to be able to drink 10 of these delicious beers a day and be cut like an absolute beast. Turns out that doesn't work.
What?
So
They
far.
lied to us.
Maybe if I joined the Technate. Also, the World War II thing didn't help connections with communism, fascism, etc., and the US clearly didn't become very isolationist after that. They're going back there, but for now. So Scott died, Technocracy Inc., it became Inc., went into decline. And so there were some efforts to try and regain or gain popular attention. And my favourite was they tried to involve the sci-fi authors who would write about utopian stuff, etc., like Isaac Asimov, because they'd write about these beautiful utopias of energy credits, etc. So apparently they wrote to Asimov and he probably didn't write back. So they just kind of and fluttered out. But it's a great example. This is part of the reason I like this is because it's another example. Yet again, my God, the jobs are going to kill us. The new machine's going to kill our jobs. We're all fucked. We're all going to die. No one's got anything. It's horrible. We need to reimagine the world with a completely rationalist, data-driven view.
Yep.
That has come up repeatedly. It's sort of sneaking occasionally around the edges again with AI, et cetera, et cetera. Never works. Happens all the time. Never works. Calm down. Humans.
What if it does?
So, yeah, that's...
Look, a wild time for the world. And it's not surprising that people were like, okay, what if we were rational about this? And it's not dumb to be rational.
No, the idea is wonderful. The reality, of course, is so deliciously and sweetly naive.
Oh, look, and it's classic because, I was talking to you last week about this, that the science fiction authors of the 50s and 60s are drawing directly from that thing of if we just get rationality right, then everything will be perfect. And it's like... There's no evidence that we can get rationality right, and also if we did, no evidence it actually would work in the way that you imagine.
And I love the irony of it too. Like the irony is, if we dispassionately decide how we're going to live our lives, we can then return to an emotional, beautiful world. So we get the
where we're all
named
141.7.
69, dude.
Alex, should we jump to you?
Oh, Alex got a thing.
As he raises it, like the way that you've raised your microphone.
Kind of snuck up from Show us your thing, Alex.
Straight
I do have a thing.
with no euphemisms.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just a quick one. I thought it was quite cute. Devoted listeners will remember last week, a little bit of science talked about screaming plants.
Oh.
And I wanted to elaborate on plants. So plants can feel pain, but a study published just under 3 years ago out of Germany suggests they might be able to see, which is pretty cool. So the Buckwheeler trifoliolata, which is like a rainforest.
I thought that was a university in Germany. I thought you were going to say it's a university in Germany.
They've done the study.
No, the institute is the Institute of Cellular Molecular Botany in the University of Bonn in Germany. This fancy rainforest plant, they've observed it over time to attempt mimicry. So it basically makes itself look like plants that are nearby.
What?
And it's been known to do that quite a number of times. It can change its leaf size. It can change its leaf structure, going from unilobular to three lobulars.
An individual plant does this, or it evolves over multiple?
No, an individual plant. So it can start growing with normal leaves, and then it can reach a height where it's placed in proximity with another plant and then change its leaves in that segment.
So from a cactus to a chrymanthemum.
Unfortunately, it's not from like a vine to a fig tree. No, it's from like a vine with blob leaves to a vine with slightly different blob leaves, essentially. And anyway, so they thought maybe there's volatile chemicals in the air from one plant to another. Maybe it is gene sharing at the root level or via microbiomes. And then so they thought, oh, well, screw it. We're going to put this plant next to an artificial plant. And we're going to see, there's no microbiome there. There's no bugs there. Yeah, good call. And lo and behold, it mimics the artificial plant.
What if you put it next to money or a car or something? Will it turn into that?
Yeah, that's in the future research section.
World's slowest photocopier.
But it really looks like a dollar bill. Tops, we should have gone with a
That's so cool. That's so like a chameleon or some sort of... Why would it do this? What's the evolutionary advantage to be able to do this?
They didn't elaborate into it. One theory was that it might, I guess, sort of Venn diagram take over the beneficial aspects of another plant and parasitize their methods of pollination or methods of garnering nutrition or funneling water to its root system. But they thought the potential mechanism was essentially plant vision. So light receptive cells in the plant's epidermis.
I mean, just to pause, clearly
reflect.
Plants are light receptive.
Very allegedly.
They love the light.
Apparently it's their jam.
It's their thing. They're all over that. So,
but not light recognizing subtleties, etc.
That's exactly right. So they call it the ocelli. Ocelli is the scientific name for the plant vision receptive element. And it seems like it's the leading theory as to why plants can why this particular plant can mimic other plants nearby.
Look, I think that's kind of bearing the lead, though. Like the fact that they can see, you kind of go, "That's cool," and then turn into something else. I'm kind of
totally. That's awesome.
I feel like seeing is, while important, secondary.
But it still fits into, the big. I don't know if it's a mood change or a mind change about plants in the last 2 decades about the connectedness that they have between roots, the communication that they have, their ability to engage and affect the environment around them. We have thought of plants as advanced rocks, and maybe we should think of them as primitive animals.
So, given that, here is the question I have to ask you, Alex, our vegan friend. Are you a moral vegan or a nutritional vegan?
Oh, all kinds. Moral, nutritional, and
if
planetary.
plants actually conceive, feel, love, create poetry and literature.
He's just on salt now. It's just salt and water and sunlight.
Sand. Breatharian. I mean, how do you rationalise that? That can't be easy because I'm obviously a hideous carnivore or I'm an omnivore.
Why do you want to make it harder for vegans?
I don't. I'm curious
I don't know.
though. What do you do?
I'm assuming plants can see and feel less pain than something with eyes and a central nervous system.
As Nirvana said, it's okay to eat fish. They don't have any feelings.
They're not plants.
What? Jeez, I
You
don't
should
come
think of
to
plants as primitive fish.
But I mean, what a horrible situation to be in, because I get it, actually. I mean, taking the piss aside, being a vegan, if you're a vegan for moral reasons, I totally understand, because I don't eat a lot of meat, but when I do, there's a part of me that goes, why do people keep telling me this animal's actually like a dog and it's annoying? So if you're a moral vegan, it makes a lot of sense. But then you hear, plants can see, feel, change their things, have children, care about poetry, watch movies.
Children.
Like it's fucking annoying. We get to the point where everything we eat actually doesn't want to be eaten. That's an issue.
Except for breast milk. And then that's all we do.
That's not vegan.
No, breast milk's fine. It wants to be eaten.
It's consensual. I'm fine with that.
Breast milk is like, as on Food and Cooking, the Bible of molecular gastronomy says, the only food that was designed to be a food is breast milk. So
which Bible is this? How many recipes does it appear in?
It's got all the good stuff. But like that was designed to be a food. It wants to
Hopefully
be
just
eaten.
the one.
It's all we can eat.
Yeah, on the
From
cross.
now on.
Jesus is like, on Food and Cooking, you should read it.
Oh, no, now we're at a point where, we need UBI, right? We need universal basic income, but what can we contribute? Well, ladies, you can make things a lot easier. 2 hours a day.
What? Oh,
Provide nutrition.
I lost the thread on that one. I didn't mean.
Didn't you?
I mean, I did, but I didn't.
Wrapping us up with e-commerce, because e-commerce is where everyone wants to go. Everyone wants to talk about it. It's fantastic.
It's a very late 90s term.
Well, it's also current.
Yeah, I know we buy stuff online, but it's not like it's a thing. Like you
People talk about it.
Like you get drunk and you buy stuff online. Like that's
not e-commerce.
that's e-commerce.
Drunk clicking. So apparently there are nearly 78,000 physical gun stores in the US.
Okay. If you'd have asked me to guess,
Well, you said
and you should have
100
done.
billion.
No, I would have done the calculations and probably got to about 77,000.
Oh, see, again, you're so close. I should have asked you, right? But you can guess now if you want.
78,000.
Holy shit! What is that more than the number of?
Oh, well,
Combine other
planets in the solar system.
True.
Fruit in the fruit store.
Toes on your foot.
Toes on your foot.
McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, and Wendy's combined. Apparently
Combined?
in the US. Yeah, there are more gun stores than there are all of
Okay,
those combined.
now that's a good metric. That's
a good
wow.
number.
Because if you would have said how many McDonald's are there more McDonald's than gun stores? I would have definitely gone more McDonald's. And if you're saying more McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King, wow.
Apparently, according to Futurity. Anyway, so
Do they have
that's not good.
little gun stores, like corner gun stores, the big box gun
Your
stores?
mom and pop gun stores,
Yeah, you
and then
know,
your
like-
soulless ones who don't even care about the
Yeah, they
customer.
don't care. They don't care about the customer anymore. Like they don't care about what you buy.
I want the one with the mahogany handle that's emblazoned with my family crest.
No, I want like a New York bodega. Like I want something where they're selling weird shit as well. I want guns and fucking candy floss.
Anyway, why would you go to one of these 78,000 gun stores to
buy a gun.
when you could go to the Amazon of guns and do it online?
Can you buy it online?
You could go to grab a gun.
I didn't know that.
No, you didn't. This is a business that is, quote, revolutionizing the way Americans hoard firearms, offering shoppers a virtual arsenal of pistols, shotguns, rifles, muzzle loaders, shipped straight to their front door. But it's not the only one. There are other e-commerce
Well, I wasn't
sites
worried
for
if
guns.
there were more of them. Like the existence of one is not made worse by more than one.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all terrible. It's all terrible. So there are other ones, and which is so you kind of go, well, who gives a shit about grab a gun? Well, it recently started trading on the US stock exchange, like, as in the last week or two, which is, I gather, unusual. But even better, Sitting on the executive board is Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, well.
So when it was ready to be listed, he was there at the New York Stock Exchange ready to ring the bell, as they do when there's a new offering.
Oh, he did it.
He did it. And he says, quote, "To be able to come back to the New York Stock Exchange and actually take a gun company public feels like such a vindication of all the insanity, all of the woke nonsense we've been watching and facing for the last decade."
I was saying it was a vindication of the insanity, but yeah.
Yeah. So he starts a USA, USA chant, rings the bell, and then he watches the stock plummet.
Oh.
So it starts at 21.40, drops to 13.20. Next day it goes, by the end of the day, next day it drops down to $10. Down it goes. Why did it perform so badly? So the argument from Futurity, at least, the article which is in our show notes, maybe it's because it merged with a Special Purpose Acquisition Company, or SPAC, which for our non-Australian listeners...
What do you do, honey? Oh, I'm a Special Purpose Acquisition Company.
I'm going to SPAC this. So for our non-Australian listeners, SPACking out means you're losing your shit. Like being a SPACker is not great.
It's not far from a slur.
It's not far from a slur, but it isn't yet, so it's still fun. So a SPAC is basically a shortcut to taking a company public. It's a quick way to get an initial public offering, etc.
Yep.
So the details are boring as shit, but the vibe is, financial analysts say this: after a merger, SPACs, which is always funny, almost always result in negative returns for all but the very first investors.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a classic instrument, as this article puts it.
So on the way up, people are investing before they go public, and then they dump.
So according to this article, it's a classic instrument for sleazy celebrity deal makers like Trump
Oh,
Jr.
Weird to find Trump Jr. in that.
Freakish, right? And they go on to say the likelihood of grab-a-gun rallying seems slim, especially given the noxious stigma SPACs have earned over the last 5 years. So the bottom line is, I just talked about it because I just thought it's good to keep us honest. But the thing that really shocked me most was the 78,000 gun stores, and you can buy them online, and it eclipses McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, and Wendy's combined. Assuming our source is accurate, and Futurity has never led us astray.
Aside from the SPAC component there, it's a wild amount of guns, and
it's just
I don't know what to do with that.
Stop having guns.
Well, I mean, I guess the interesting thing is where clearly for a long time your right-wingers have loved a bit of guns, and I think they're in a cycle now where liberals are buying guns. They're like, well,
everyone's buying it. They've got guns. We've got to get guns.
We're in civil war zone, so woo.
You make it sound fun.
Look, I appreciate that it's not fun for anyone, but not fun for anyone means not fun for everyone, and that's the motto of a little bit of science. Together. That's the motto.
Come and definitely not have fun with us again.
No, listener. Look. We want to give you the warm science love that says, even despite the idiots out there that make a technocracy and think they can do it, that there is joy and love.
There's goodness
in good real knowledge.
And if you really love what we're doing, you can actually watch us live, which I don't think is great because we're not very attractive people. But you can see us on. You can see us on. I'm not a very attractive.
No,
person.
You are. Stop it. Don't
Will's
talk
like
yourself
the Heidi Klum of podcasters in Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and you are too.
Twitches.
You're exactly Heidi Klum as well.
I'm more like Elle McPherson. Also, give us your 15-star ratings on all the platforms. And send us an email at
cheers@alittlebitofscience.com.au.
We don't care what's in it. Just send us an email. We really need you to reach out. We get scared.